Esse é um vídeo teste preparatório para um vídeo de inglês sobre Spinoza e a frase de Jumanji. Well, what happens when you try to explain the phrase Jumanji to an English speaker? You have to explain the written phrase in Portuguese in English to the here. Why? Well, when I try to explain the phrase to a Portuguese, I had to reach to English. No, I had to use Portuguese in reading the English phrase, but I explained it in Portuguese. I had to make the idea to elaborate the idea of the grammar that there was in the phrase. And in Portuguese, I have to explain it in English and to show how the Portuguese grammar, constructs this phrase, how how in Portuguese we make this phrase, but have to explain it in English, or the person will not understand what is the point. But what I want to say about this already complicated situation is that this philosopher, Baruch de Spinoza, has a conception of something that he calls idea, true idea. It's hard to explain it in English. Well, I'll try. Spinoza. First of all, I'll say something about Spinoza. Spinoza wrote his Ethica, his most famous opera, Ethica. Probably he wrote it in Latin, or maybe in Portuguese, or both. Anyway, he talks about Dutch. He's talking about Dutch, how Dutch goes. And he explained it in Portuguese or in Latin, I don't know. But he mentions many things that I think he has made a confusion about the Latin or the Portuguese language. He criticizes the religion, the Christianism. He criticizes the way of thinking. He calls for imagination But it seems to me he's criticizing the Latin. That's why, that's one more reason why I say his Etica, his opera, Etica, is about linguistics. He talks about Dutch and he talks about Latin. He's in the between. He is between the two languages, as a matter of fact, in my opinion. He is a philosopher, as a matter of fact, but the concepts he works with are linguistics. That's what I think. Well, and in being in the middle of two language, he has to make this true idea from the point of view of the Portuguese to Dutch, and from the point of view from Dutch to Portuguese. What he doesn't make, he makes only from the point of view of Portuguese or Latin to Dutch. What he says about Christianism and other things is a lack of consciousness that he's talking actually about Latin. Or he did not have the time to have this conclusion. He died very early, at 45 years, too early in the linguistic camp area. In the linguistic area, to die at 45 is too early. But this is it for now.